Hi, and welcome to this video tutorial in which we're going to learn how we can filter on grouped values. This video is part of a series of videos in which we're going to learn about SQL and look at all the basics. You can find all the videos in this series by subscribing and looking at the playlist where I'll go through all the introductory ideas of how to write SQL. In the previous video, we looked at how to write SQL statements using the group by clause. So in this statement here, we're saying we'd like to select some data from the table sales order table. We're doing some filtering, so we've got some where clause condition, and then we've got a group by clause. So we're grouping by the territory ID and the salesperson ID. Now, there is a problem here in that if we want to filter, let's say based on the value that's summed, we can't put that in the where clause. The where clause applies to things that have not been aggregated and that have been applied before the group by. And you can see this by the order. So you can see that we've got the where appears before group by. So if we put stuff into the where clause, that won't affect anything that's in the group by. So if for example, we wanted to select the sum that had a value greater than something or other, we could not put that in the where clause. So what we have to do instead is we have to write our having statement. So we have this having clause here, which sort of acts like a where clause, but rather than acting on the individual rows, it applies to everything that we've grouped. And you can see that it runs after we've written this group by statement. So in this example, we've got a couple of conditions. So we want to say we want to return all the aggregate records where the count was greater than 10, for example. And we can have a few of these, so we're going to concatenate those with the AND keyword. And we also want the average total due to be greater than 20,000. So these having clauses will apply to the grouped data and not to the individual records. And then we still have our order by statement which runs at the end. So if we execute this, you can see that this will now only bring back records where the count's greater than 10 and the average total due is greater than 20,000. And that brings back this set of records here. And to see this, we should probably add those columns up here. So let's take count and put that there. And then we'll also take average and we'll put that there as well. Let's format that a little bit. And let's run that again. So you can see these are the count values and they're all greater than 10. And these are the average values and they are all greater than 20,000. So it's applied that filter to the grouped record set. If you'd like to learn more about how we can group and filter data using the having clause, then I've got more examples and some practical projects that we can have a look at in my extended course, which is a complete course in SQL with SQL Server, and there's a link to that at the end of this video. In the next video, we're going to look at how we can join various different sets of data together, and we're going to look at the structural elements. So we'll look at the different types of joins before we then go and individually look at how we can write SQL for that.